Hey everyone, today we are looking at some of your fan theories. That's right. I've talked about one on the channel. You guys all know that they exist. They're basically the most popular video that is in this series. Mostly MatPat, but I figured, I'll try it out. And now you guys are submitting yours so I can check them out. And we can just kind of discuss them as a community and talk about them and see how your theories are. I'm sure that they're going to be fantastic. I'm sure there's going to be no jokes in here. So what I'm mainly looking for here is just whatever FNAF theories I can find. Okay, here we go. Here's one. From today, actually, at 2 o'clock. Okay, here's another theory for you, guy. I'm not going to be able to ignore the grammar in this, I'm sorry. In FNAF 4, when crying child or bite victim is locked in the storage room, there's an empty and headless suit of one of the Fredbears. That's true. There's also one of Spring Bonnie, only it looks a lot more like Glitch Trap. I don't know why no one's mentioned this, but I thought that was odd. But there's one of Fredbear. If you look closely, you can see some brown stuff sticking out of the... Okay. Brown stuff sticking out of the wires. It could be wires. Believed it could also be the hair of a dead child. That's just what MatPat said in his theory a couple days ago. That's not anything new. My question is that if the child was presumably killed by Purple Guy, however, while playing FNAF 4, you come to realize that there are other workers who wear the suits. And I'm assuming Bite Victim was locked in the storage room during the day, while other employees are at Freddy's, which means any of them should have noticed. See, that's what I was thinking as well. Someone would have noticed if that was a body. I think it's just wires. That's really all I think it is. I don't think that if it's sticking out of the top, someone's going to notice, especially since people wear these. Okay, what else have we got here? Okay, Jack has a theory. I have another theory regarding both Henry and the game developer. Okay, interesting. Haven't heard of this before so far. For this to make sense, I'm going to do what everyone else does already and assume that FNAF VR takes place after FNAF 6. Yes, I think that's probably when it takes place. Although, no, yeah, just thinking it through. Because we never see anything from FNAF 6 in FNAF VR, so part of me thinks, oh, maybe it's before it, but no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I believe the indie game developer, being Oswald or not, I don't think it's Oswald. I don't think so. Was commissioned to do the games, as we know, by Fazbear Entertainment. Okay, cool. However, the question is, who was the owner of Fazbear Entertainment at that time? I believe Henry would be the one, since he appeared as to remain the owner in FNAF 6. He wanted Oswald, or literally anyone else, to make these games to spread awareness about all the horrifying things. Okay. I don't know about that. So he made these to expose all the bad things that happened? I mean, maybe. But it says that it was to, they said that it was just to make light of all the things that happened in kind of a joking way. That Fazbear Entertainment wanted to make the VR game to just kind of play it off as a joke, you know? I don't think it was to make light of it. Unless Henry managed to convince them that that's what it was. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, okay, here we go. Another one by Josie. Okay, so I think I've come up with a way for Michael to still be able to function after the events of Sister Location. Okay, so in Sister Location, for those of you who don't know, yeah, Michael gets scooped. He's got this robot inside of him. So people have been wondering for a long time, like, okay, how does Michael survive all of that? So, what this person is suggesting, Josie, is basically, I think the Remnant basically replaced or restored some of the stuff he lost due to the scooping and possibly Ennard being injected, but mostly just his skeletal structure. That's the other thing. What does the scooper do to you? How does it work? I mean, it's all science fiction, but, so it takes out your innards. Does it take out his skeleton? Because then how does he even manage to function after Ennard comes out of him? Because then he has no skeleton. So he can't even, even if he were still alive, he couldn't move any of his joints. He would be like a limp noodle man, like the puppet. How would he be alive? It can't have taken out his skeleton. But the scooper just seems like a really kind of inefficient machine, because it does not seem very precise. It seems like it just kind of goes in there and it just grabs whatever it can take, because we've seen it. It's just like a claw. Okay, here's one thing I want to point out. Not exactly a theory, but it's interesting. This has been circulating in my Discord for a long time now. Oh, by the way, link in the description. Just a bunch of a bunch of times. I don't know who the original poster is, sadly. But someone has made a FNAF feet chart with this is just a early draft, it looks like, but it now has like basically every foot in the series, which I think is terrifying. Okay, here's one. Again from Josie, who apparently is doing every single one of these. There's more further down here, but I don't even know if we'll get to those, because this guy's been doing a ton of them. Okay, I've got two questions for you guys. First, do anyone else thinks it odd? Oh no. That Funtime Chica and Mangle are unaccounted for in both Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator, or has everyone just written them off as irrelevant? Funtime Chica's in Pizzeria Simulator, right? I think so. Okay, yeah, here's what Bunny says. Yeah, it is weird that Funtime Chica was out during Sister Location, but again, as Bunny says, probably she was just rented out. Like, I don't think it really is that weird that Funtime Chica was never around. I don't know. To be honest, I don't think Scott was really thinking about that. Like, what a lot of people think is, oh, Scott, he had this whole thing planned out from the start, and that's not true. He came up with all this stuff, most of it kind of as the story went along. He did not have this whole plan from the start because he didn't think that the series was going to take off as much as it did. And so I think that if there's a couple inconsistencies like this, we shouldn't be trying to solve everything, because we can't. Like, unless he tries to make up for every mistake and inconsistency that there's ever been in the series, which I don't think he's going to do, that's just not going to happen. Ooh, here's a theory on Ella. With all the stuff that's come out with the Fazbear Fright book, it makes me wonder more about FNAF World and its connection to Ultimate Custom Night. Why do the Fazbear Fright books make you wonder about that? Especially with the possibility of possessed pizzerias and whatever the hell a random event generator is, because I feel like that might be important somehow. I agree. The Fazbear Fright books, and Matt Pat mentioned this. He mentioned how there's a lot of, like, kids being drawn to things, being drawn to these pizzerias and these animatronics, and I think that that's suspicious, to say the least, because why are kids being drawn to these places? And these books aren't canon, right? There's a lot of people who are saying, oh, these books are canon. No, they're not. Especially some of them, which, if they were canon, it would destroy everything we thought we knew. They can have hints about the actual lore, and Scott said this on Reddit, but they're not actually canon themselves. He said that they might fill in holes from the past, I believe were his actual official words. So he never said that they were explicitly canon or not, so I think it's kind of a vague gray area. But I do think it's weird how these kids are drawn to these places. Okay, oh yes, here, LMAO guy is arguing my point. He doesn't think it's in the same universe. The 135 story and the OG trilogy of novels, okay, the originals, the Silver Eyes, the Twisted Ones, and the Fourth Closet. And, a lot of people have also been saying that, like, Ella from 1:35 a.m. is the same Ella from Silver Eyes, because she shows up there and she's Charlie's doll. And I don't think that's true either, but let's see what this guy's gonna say. LMAO guy. I still believe that the Ella doll was in an in-universe version, was a in-universe version of the Ella doll from the OG FNAF trilogy books. Okay, so a different version. This is Ella from the OG book trilogy, okay. Now, while Ella from the OG book trilogy matches the description of Ella from 1:35 a.m., yes, it is obvious that in the 1:35 a.m. book, Ella looks like an actual baby. That's true. It's mentioned that she has soft skin and actual rosy cheeks, which is very, very weird. So either maybe her illusion disc is turned on all the time. One thing we learned in these novels is that there's illusion discs, and they are, they can be turned on and off, and they can make things seem real. So maybe it's just on here, and that's why she feels, like, soft in this book. But yeah, in these books, though, she feels plasticky and metally, like an actual doll. Okay, and at the very least we can say this isn't the same Ella doll, because this Ella doll was manufactured by Fazbear Entertainment, Ella in 135 AM had a clock, which Ella in the OG novels didn't. That's true. In the OG novels, she was a very primitive robot designed to serve tea, and it sounds like that's it. We never hear anything else. And she was one of Henry's first creations, so she could not have been nearly as sophisticated as some of the others. And yeah, it says, like, she wasn't manufactured by Fazbear Entertainment. It's possible that Fazbear Entertainment found Ella and, I guess, made a new version, but in the books, Fazbear Entertainment never really existed. It seemed like it was just Henry and William, and there was never really any corporate entity kind of controlling everything. It seems like it's all just the two partners. And at the very least, Fazbear Entertainment would have been just demolished by the time we see, like, by the time the series is over. There's no Fazbear Entertainment. Everything is done and over with. The last mention of, like, anything close to Fazbear Entertainment we see is Circus Baby's Pizza World, which opens and then closes at the end of the third book. No mention of Fazbear Entertainment. They're very different entities. I don't think that it's related. So Ella, people are constantly saying that she's the same in both books. I don't think so. Josie brings up how it could be similar to Plushtrap from the other Fazbear Price books, where Plushtrap was, like it says that the manufacturers made them, a company made them, but then there's hybrid ones that are like humanoid, because Plushtrap, he had human teeth and human eyes for some reason that we still don't know, which I'd love to see another theory on, but we don't know why that happened. So that could be why this one Ella is actually kind of humanoid. Okay, we're getting pretty far back here. I think we'll end with the theories for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. It wasn't really more of theories, it was just kind of like ideas, hypotheses, and, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this, and I hope you guys, again, Discord in the description. I mention this all the time, and I'm as sick of it as you are. Leave your own thoughts in the comments, because I do want to talk with you guys more about this. It's really fun to, like, just kind of talk about these sorts of things. Also, the video is really easy to make, so, it's fun. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching again. And I am done now. Bye.